Hello, Mr. Gove. My name's Rochelle. What is politics and why does it matter to me?
Well, politics is how we make decisions about the big things that influence all our lives. Every so often there's an election and different groups of people put forward their ideas about how the country should be run. And they can range from spending more money on the NHS or giving more money to education, increasing taxes for some people so that they pay more for the things that we all share, or decreasing taxes for some people so that they have more of their own money to spend. And of course, politics also takes in things like how we look after the environment and our place in the world. So it touches all of us very deeply.
You're the MP for our constituency. How, as our local politician, have you helped us?
Well, as a local politician, it's my job to try to persuade other people in government to ensure that we've got all the services that we need. So whether it's more money for Frimley Park Hospital to make sure that our accident and emergency department is as good as it can be, or making sure that there are more school places, so as the population increases, everyone has access to a good school, or making sure that our roads are safe, or that the railway links, which enable people to go to work, run well and effectively and on time. It's my job to do all of that.
What would you say has been your proudest moment as a politician?
I think being lucky enough to be interviewed by Ravenscote Junior School, that is a proud moment because it's an opportunity for me to talk to the stars of the future. But one of the other proudest moments, I think, of being an MP was when I was Education Secretary, and we were able to see that actually, thanks to the brilliant work of teachers, our schools were improving, and there are more schools like this school which are now good or outstanding than at any time in history, and that's a really proud thing. But the pride really should be shown by teachers and students because they're the people who made this work.
What advice would you give any young people who want to be politicians or involved in politics when they're older?
I think a few things matter if you're interested in politics. I would read a good newspaper to keep up to date. And there are lots of good newspapers in this country, whether it's the Times or the Financial Times, the Guardian or the Daily Mail. They all have a mix of news and views that keep you up to date. The other thing also is to watch the BBC or Channel 4 news because they have good correspondents reporting from all over the world that put the big political decisions in context. And then the other thing is that I would also read widely. So there are lots of people who've got interesting thoughts about how our political systems should operate. I think one of the best writers for anyone who's interested in politics is George Orwell. And if you enjoy reading, I would recommend reading George Orwell's essays. They tell you so much about politics. And while they were written more than 60, 70 years ago, they still make sense today.
Why is it important for young people to be involved in EEF-funded projects like the Young Journalists Academy programme we are taking part in?
Well, the Education Endowment Foundation, the EEF, is a way of making sure that the teaching and learning that you enjoy is the very best available. And the Young Journalist Academy project is a way of getting the sorts of skills that will be really valued when you leave school or go on to college, university or into the world of work. And they also help you with written and spoken English, with organisation of thought, and they give you that extra edge which will enable you to enjoy your lessons more and achieve more.
Well, Mr. Gove, that's the end of our interview.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for your questions.